The death of a loved one is something we will all go through at some point or another, and coping with that death may be difficult. While coping with this, you may wonder if some type of afterlife exists, and even hope for some type of sign from beyond the grave. In 2011, a group of people received an email from their friend who had recently died, and to this day, no one is entirely sure of how exactly that happened. In June of 2011, a man named Jack Verwees died unexpectedly of an arrhythmia at the age of 32. His friends and family were devastated by this, but little did they know, they would soon hear from him again. About 5 months after Jack's death, one of his close friends, Tim Hart, received an email from him. The email was titled, "I'm watching," and it read, "Did you hear me? I'm at your house. Clean your effing attic." He believes this email is referring to a time a few months before Jack's death, when they were in Tim's attic, and Jack told him to clean the dust. Supposedly, no one else knew about this event before this. Tim tried to reply to the email, but he never got a response. The next person to receive an email from Jack was his cousin, Jimmy McGraw. After Jack died, Jimmy ended up breaking his ankle, and not long after, he got an email that read, "Hey Jim, how you doing? I knew you were going to break your ankle. Tried to warn you. Gotta be careful." Those are the only 2 emails that were sent. So these emails obviously caused a lot of confusion to the people involved here. Was this truly Jack Verwees trying to communicate from the dead, or is there another explanation? There are a couple of theories behind what could have happened here. One is that these emails actually were sent by Jack from the dead. The second, that someone had access to Jack's account and was messing with people. And the third is that Jack signed up for some type of dead man switch service before dying. So let's take a look at each of these more in depth. So first we have the theory that Jack was communicating with them from beyond the grave. Although this is probably the least likely explanation, there's part of me that really wants this to be true. If you guys have seen some of my older videos, you'll know that dying scares me. I really want there to be some type of strong proof of an afterlife, but I'll try not to let that bias get in the way of things here. There's no way to really prove or disprove this, but I will say, it would have been helpful if Jack said something of greater significance in these emails to prove he was actually communicating from the dead. I also find it strange that he never sent an email to his mother. And that's all I can really say regarding this. Our next theory is that someone got access to Jack's account and started messing with people. None of Jack's friends thought anyone had the password to Jack's account, and there weren't any signs of his account being hacked. Furthermore, the email that Tim received made a reference to a conversation that Jack and Tim had that supposedly no one else knew about. If that's true, then I don't see how another person would have been able to send that email, which means either Tim would have had to be the one perpetrating the hoax, or everyone collectively decided to play along with this. There are a few motives for why this could have happened, and one could be publicity. This did make the news, so I guess it worked. I really hope that is not the case though, because it would be kinda messed up to exploit a dead family member or friend for attention, but it is possible. Finally, we have the theory that Jack Verwees signed up for some type of dead man switch service before dying. If you aren't familiar with what a dead man switch is, it works like this. You create an account on a website, and if the account is inactive for a set amount of time, it will assume you are dead and send out messages that you previously wrote out to the people of your choice. I think it's very unlikely that Jack did this for a few reasons. For one, his death was very unexpected, so I don't know why he would have made a dead man switch in the first place. Second, the email I sent to his cousin mentioned his broken ankle, but his cousin broke his ankle after Jack died, so there's no way he could have foreseen that happening. For that reason, I think this theory is pretty much thrown out the window. To this day, no one is entirely sure how these messages were sent out. If it was a hoax, then no one has confessed to it yet. But according to the people involved in this, it helped them find closure and move on, so as long as it didn't do any harm, I guess it isn't really an issue.
And if somebody's messing around, I don't care because I take it whatever way I want.
You know, they made people happy, upset some people, but to me that's keeping people talking about him.
What do you guys think? Was Jack Verwees actually communicating from the dead, or was it just a hoax? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the flip side.